Guys, my name is Regnal and welcome to the channel. Today I am joined by Harshit of The Reliable Store. This year we thought we will do something different and have a list of our Christmas special, so as to say, of the things that we really liked and things that we were really expecting, whether it come to camera or photo equipment. As you all know, this year has been a crazy year overall due to the pandemic, but it has been an absolutely mad year for photo and video equipment alike. And we've seen some crazy releases from companies that I think in my 10-15 years of shooting photo and video, in 1 year we've never had so many releases.
I think everything that you've been waiting for since the past 2 years, 3 years, उन्होंने सब जंबल करके बोला चलो अभी लॉकडाउन का टाइम मिला है, let's release all of them together.
Unbelievable.
And this year, you know how they say the Tech October month? The October month was so crazy that it had some amazing releases, and all the cameras and accessories that we had were all top-notch selling products and in crazy demand.
So right, one quick note, this is not sponsored by any of the brands that we are about to talk in this video. These are just items that have been, that either we have been waiting for and people like you have been waiting for, or it has just been like kabhi aayega, kabhi aayega, kabhi aayega. So right, so with that out of the way, let's get this review started.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la.
Okay, so first question, which was the most anticipated camera of the year?
So right after the launch of the A7S2, there was a crazy demand in the past 3 years कि A7S3 कब आएगा, कब आएगा, कब आएगा?
Absolutely.
And it's here finally. And that was one of the most anticipated cameras, not just in 2020, but since the past 3 years. Besides that, the other camera which was the most anticipated was the Canon EOS R5, hands down.
And so now that these cameras are here, or some of them are here, what has been the overall, did they live up to the hype?
To be honest, we are living in a very price sensitive market. So in spite of the hype, like people want to buy it, they aspire to buy it, but not everyone can afford it. So people still want it, but they are not there yet. So that's that.
So we just spoke about what was the most anticipated camera of the year. Now coming to a very niche segment that many of us are in, me included, being hybrid shooting, like, I shoot stills and videos, and there have been good amount of releases in this hybrid segment, so as to say. So what has been, the most happening in this category?
In this, I'd like to point out 3 cameras. From bottom up, I'd say the Z6 Mark II, Nikon Z6 Mark II. It's doing phenomenally well. The other camera that I have to point out to is the Canon EOS R6.
R6.
And even today, in spite of being 2 years old, I think the Sony A7 III is the leader and it's
Still the king.
still killing it. Still killing it.
By the way, we are being recorded on the A7 III right now. So it shows, yeah, it is still
Yes,
the king.
indeed, still the king.
A7 III is still the champ. So now, coming to lenses, what has been the most underrated lens in the entire of 2020?
So again, there are 2 lenses that I'd like to point out over here. Number 1 lens that I'd like to point out is, Tamron has come out with a series which is the wide, the normal lens and the telephoto lens. So the wide has the 17-28, then you have the...
For the E-mount?
Yes, then you have the 28 to 75, and then there is a range which is the most underrated, which is the 70 to 180.
Correct.
That is one lens that I think is extremely underrated. In spite of having a f2.8 constant aperture, not many people are quite looking at it. And besides that, the Sigma 40mm. So people generally go for the blocks, right? 24, 35, 50, 85. So you tend to skip out the sweet spot, which is the 40 millimeter, which happens to be one of the sharpest lens.
Oh,
so
yes.
that is something that I'd recommend everyone just check out once. So that according to me is one underrated lens.
That's very surprising. I mean, I would have guessed about the Tamron, but Sigma 40 is, I would never have guessed
Indeed.
that. So we spoke about the most underrated lens. Coming to the opposite spectrum of this, which was the most best selling lens that you had?
So this year we got a few releases in terms of lenses also. We had the Samyangs, we had the Sigmas. One thing that I found particularly different was an innovation in a product. So Sigma has his art series lenses,
Yeah.
the 85, the 35, the 40. They are all art series lenses, and they kind of reinvented the 85 millimeter in a way that you had the bigger, beefier, chunkier body,
The beast.
and they brought the same thing in a lighter and a much delicate model because the camera trend was moving towards the mirrorless
Absolutely.
direction, and that is when they got the 85, and that is one fantastic lens that to me, in my opinion, is
So that's the DGDN for E-mount.
DGDN for the E-mount. Yes.
What was the most sold accessory in the store?
So today we live in a world which is video centric,
Yeah.
more than photos. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. You do both. So video is what people ask for the most, the clients, and every video requires stability. The gimbals market has been booming since the past 2 years, and right now the DJI Ronin RS2, that is the most sold gimbal hands down. So much so that it's very difficult to find stocks, even though we have like a unit right here. It's very difficult to find that. Yeah. So if you want it, just come get it.
You know where to come. So that was the accessory side. If I had to ask you about lighting, what one item, if I would have to ask you, was your most sold when it came to lighting?
Ring light.
Seriously?
Ban of TikTok. Okay, TikTok was a phase where ring light used to be sold, and that taught people what ring light is.
Right.
Uske baad YouTube aaya. So YouTube was another stream where ring light went in. Then there was the lockdown phase wherein people were teaching at home, people were learning at home, people had meetings at home.
The work from home phase.
The work from home phase, yes. And that is when the ring light was most sold accessory again.
Oh, wow.
So ring light, hands down, the most sold accessory of 2020.
Who would have thought ring light? And if we talk about coming to slightly professional side,
Slightly professional side, I'd like to say the Godox SL60, because people have also been shooting from home when it comes to food photography, product photography, because all the businesses are going e-commerce these days.
Yeah.
So everyone wants their own products or their clients' products to be listed on e-commerce portals. So people have been shooting with the Godox SL60 at home.
wow.
Even the food photographers, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
In fact, I started my channel, my first couple videos were you start
I
using
think
the
one
SL60.
of, one of the two lights that we're using right now
Oh,
is
yes.
the
They're using a
SL60.
62 lighters right now as well. Lovely.
Yeah.
We spoke about cameras, we spoke about lenses, we spoke about accessories and lighting. So now another really niche market right now which has completely exploded is the action camera market. And I would like to know which action cam has been flying off your shelves.
I'm sure everyone wants to hear the GoPro 8, the GoPro 9 right now, but that's not true.
Seriously?
The Insta360 1R was a surprise sweep. They got a modular system, the same kind of system that GoPro has, but in a modular form. So much so that you can upgrade. You have the flexibility of upgrading the core, which is the brain of the camera, completely. You don't have to throw away your camera completely and buy a new one later. But if core exchange karke, you can have a new camera next year.
So, we've almost come to the end of our discussion. I've asked you all that I had in mind. One question that I have kept for the end, I hope it doesn't get too controversial or funny for that matter, but what, according to you, would be one camera trend that you saw especially this year?
Oh, do you see me sweating? I-
Cameras overheating.
Cameras overheating. There was one thing that was like, what? You have 8K, and the next thing that you see is that your camera is so hot that you can make rotis on it. Yeah, literally.
I'm sure people who are shooting video and who were absolutely waiting for this camera exactly know what we are talking about because many
Absolutely.
people have gone through this.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just a matter of software update. I think they figure it out soon, and I think they have somewhere. They're somewhere there, but they'll fix it. They'll come around. I think the next R series, the R4 maybe or the R1, will be fixed with the problem. Whatever. Let's see.
I hope so too.
So one more trend that I believe was crazy this year was the whole hype about the 10-bit. Every cameras these days having 10-bit.
10-bit video, yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think 2015 when this entire thing absolutely exploded of shooting video on camera. Actually, it started before that, but in 15 when I think the first version of the A7 was launched, video really took off really well on that. And last 2 years, almost all the version 2, I think the A7 is on version 3 right now. Nikon also is in version 2, so is Canon in the second version of their first mirrorless lineup. And almost every manufacturer currently is offering 10-bit, minimum 10-bit 422 or 420 at the least. So it definitely has taken the production quality of video up a notch, definitely. And grading 10-bit footage versus 8-bit footage is a world of difference.
Right.
Whoever has done it exactly knows what I'm talking about. So yes, I agree. 10-bit video being the norm right now is a very good thing.
Right. So I know that you're you're a hybrid shooter and you've come a long way from doing stills and you're mostly doing videos these days. What was that one camera that took you off guard this year?
One camera definitely would be the Blackmagic Ursa 12K.
Oh wow.
It came out of nowhere. Every company was like, हम कुछ ला रहे, अच्छा रहेगा, 4K, 6K, 8K. And Blackmagic, boom, out of nowhere comes and slams everybody. 12K. अब बात करो.
Do you think the audience is ready for 12K?
It is future,
Mm-hmm.
but I honestly, I mean, for what I am doing, I really don't see myself using 12K. 6K is the limit of what
We do, yeah.
limit of what I will shoot at, but I'm sure for some there might be a market for it. That's why they've done it, or just maybe just to be relevant in the industry and not be forgotten. I don't know. I don't want to spur controversy, but they know what they are doing.
Since Christmas is around the corner, what is the one camera that you wish you owned and had your hands on?
Definitely the Red Komodo.
Whoa.
Nothing else. Definitely the Red Komodo.
I was hoping for a Blackmagic, but since you spoke about the Blackmagic, but Red Komodo, why?
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, I've been a big fan of Red. I've used Red in the past. Having that much power in that small form factor is unbelievable.
A tiny bomb.
Is absolutely unbelievable.
Red Komodo.
Would definitely. Red, if you're seeing this, please send me one. So guys, that was all the time we had for this episode. I hope you enjoyed my discussion with Harshit over here. And Harshit, I hope you...
Oh, it was fun, dude. My first on-camera interview, I think I was a little conscious, but
No, it
so
was
far, so
good.
good, yeah.
It was good, definitely. So guys, yes, once again, thank you Harshit. Thank you to the Reliable
Thank
Store,
you so
and
much.
Merry Christmas to all of you and a Happy New Year. And we shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.